Hi there, it's raining budget smartphones and joining the bandwagon is the newly launched Realme C31. Now we don't have the price at the time of making this video, but surely it's a sub 10,000 rupee phone, probably even 8K. Now on paper it gets a lot of things right, potentially making it the best budget smartphone. So let's quickly unbox it, see how it looks, how it performs, so you can decide if you should buy this or not. Let's begin. So here is the retail packaging of the Realme C31. Towards the back, you can see some of its key features. Starting from the top, powerful Unisoc T612 processor, 5000 mAh massive battery, 13 megapixel AI triple camera, 8.4mm ultra slim, Android. This is the light silver color with 4GB of RAM and 64GB storage. Towards the bottom, some manufacturing details. So let's quickly unbox it. Okay. So first thing, you have the SIM ejector pin, then you have some paperwork, safety guide, user manual, there's no cover, then here's the phone itself, we'll have a look at it in just a moment. Then you have a USB A to micro USB charging cables, sadly no USB-C here, and finally a 10-watt charging adapter. Alright, the Realme C31 comes with a 6.52-inch HD LCD display with a resolution of 1600 by 720 pixels. Now even though this is just a 720p display, the color reproduction and sharpness is very impressive. In fact, it gets bright enough to be used outdoors as well. It comes with a teardrop notch design with a 5 megapixel selfie camera on the top. The lower bezel is pretty much noticeable while the ones on the sides are overall slim. But the good thing is that watching movies and videos on this huge 6.5-inch display is a delight. It's very clear with decent to above average color reproduction. Sadly, no Widevine L1 certification, but trust me, it won't matter as it's an HD display. It looks pretty good considering the price. The backfiring speaker is decent when kept on the table. It's loud enough and pretty good clarity. Coming to the build and design, and we'll start with the gorgeous back. The light silver looks really nice and creates this laser-like effect when the light hits it. It's made of plastic with matte finish, and the best part is that it doesn't attract any fingerprints and smudges. Triple camera setup with a very clean design, 13 megapixel primary sensor, black and white sensor for bokeh and 2 megapixel macro. At the bottom is the Realme branding with a single backfiring speaker. So my only concern with the speaker placement is, suppose you are listening to music or using the speakerphone for a phone call, we unintentionally might cover the speaker. Personally, I would have preferred if the speaker was either at the bottom or on the top. At the bottom is a micro USB port, a microphone and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Then towards the left are the volume rockers and a SIM card tray that can house 2 nano SIM cards and a dedicated micro SD card. And finally on the right is the power button that also doubles as a capacitive fingerprint scanner. We tested it and it's blazing fast. Works perfectly with both hands. Coming to the OS, well, it's overall very clean, gives it a very stock Android kind of feel. It's mostly smooth and I didn't experience any issues. It's running Android 11. Then the variant I have comes with 4GB RAM. And if you look at the storage, this is 64GB and about 13GB is used by the system, leaving you about 40 to 41GB of usable space. We do get some bloatware, apps like Daily Hunt, Josh, Moj, but the good thing is that you can delete what you don't need. So this Realme C31 supports only single band Wi-Fi, 2.4 GHz. However, I don't see this as a con considering the price bracket this phone is targeting. And 2.4 GHz is sufficiently fast to download all your apps and even stream content on this phone. It comes with Unisoc T612 chipset and the performance overall was quite good. Opening closing apps was snappy and I didn't notice any lag or delays. So we also ran some benchmarks starting with Antutu and we got about 2,08,000, which I think is pretty good for a sub 10K phone. Then it comes with UFS 2.2 and we also tested the card speed and we got 262 MB of write and 573 MB of read speed, which I think is pretty good. And then we also tested one of the most graphic intensive games on the Play Store, no prizes for guessing, BGMI. So the experience was nothing great, but much better than I expected. The graphics settings maxed out at smooth and high, easily providing about 25 to 30 FPS. Now I won't recommend this phone for hardcore gamers since it's not designed for that. But still, the gaming experience was pretty good. It played almost lag-free. Alright, battery time. So the Realme C31 comes with a huge 5000 mAh battery that should easily last you 2 days considering it's even got a 720p display. However, it comes with only a 10 watt charging brick which should take about 2 to 3 hours to fully charge. Coming to the camera, so here are some pictures taken from the 13 megapixel rear camera and they were quite good. Dynamic range with HDR turned on was very impressive. The sharpness and details were very well maintained. The colors were more tuned to look natural and the images look fairly nice. Food images are also quite good, so Instagrammers will surely like it. Here are some 2 megapixel macro shots and they are okay as long as you don't zoom in. Nothing great but nothing to complain either. Then here are some selfies taken with the 5 megapixel front camera. They're quite clear, keeping a reasonable amount of detail. Here is a full HD video shot on the 13 megapixel rear camera and I think it's pretty okay. So the Realme C31 is a phone that has basically everything you need for a sub 10,000 rupee phone. It's got a good HD display, it's got a functional design, it's got Android 11, it has all the apps you need, it comes with a 5000 mAh battery and a pretty satisfactory camera. I just wish they gave us a USB-C port instead of a micro USB, but I guess they were doing that to cut corners and keep the price low. And this is available in 2 variants with 3GB RAM and 32GB storage and 4GB RAM and 64GB storage. I highly recommend you go for the 4GB 64GB variant. Now as I said before, we don't have the price now, but you can find the price, availability details and the purchase links of all the variants and the colors below in the description. If you like to buy one, you should definitely check it out. So I hope this video was helpful. If there are any questions, mention them down in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them all. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Until next time, cheers.